What is up, everybody? J Nell here with my UFC Fight Night 108 recap video. Happened last night. I got 4 out of 5 picks because apparently I didn't realize there were actually 6 fights on the main card. I didn't do a YouTube prediction video. Told you gotta follow me everywhere. About 2 hours before the fight, I actually put all my 5 predictions out on Instagram and Twitter. So I got 4 out of 5. Good night for me. Let's get into it. But real quick on the fight that I didn't do a prediction for, Mike Perry scored a standing elbow KO, knocked Jake Ellenberger all the way out. Sleep after losing the first round, in my opinion. This was a great win for Mike Perry. Who would you like to see him fight next? Now on to the picks I made. The only one I lost was this one, the first one. Joe Lauzon, I chose him to beat Stevie Ray. He did not. The first round, Tennessee does not go by the new rules. But someone let me know if they gave him the first round by 2 points, because he was able to take Stevie Ray down and put some serious ground and pound, even take the back over submissions, open him up the whole round. So someone let me know the breakdown of the judging decision, because it was loud. I didn't quite hear who gave what to who, or even if it was a split decision. But the next 2 rounds, Stevie Ray rebounded from that. Joe was extremely tired. He exerted too much energy from that, and it was noticeable. Stevie Ray was first to the punch. He was pushing the pace. Joe Lauzon was too willing to kind of just cover up and take too much offense, even though it wasn't necessarily connecting, and he was still throwing shots and connecting himself viciously. But the next 2 rounds went to Stevie Ray, basically, and I actually kind of agree with that decision. But someone let me know the exact breakdown of the decision, and who would you like to see Stevie Ray fight next? Now, I'm not going to go through breaking down each pick, because just know I got all of the next 4 fights right. All right. So next up, John Dodson got the unanimous decision against Eddie Wineland, and I think this was a missed opportunity, quite frankly, because I think he could have finished him had he been more aggressive. I get after the first round, you feel him out, you realize that you were obviously quicker than him. After the end of the first round, Eddie went to his corner and was like, he's fast, quicker to the punch the entire time, but was too willing to rest on being a counterpuncher. He's even taking him down at some point. He busted him up, I think, by the end of the first round. Every time he was aggressive and moved forward and he was first, he had Eddie going back on his heels, but it just didn't do enough of it. It just kind of stuck in that counterpuncher ways, and so it was frustrating. And even though he had a good, strong victory, I think it could have been a better, more strong victory. Could have made a case for that featherweight division that, quite frankly, is kind of interesting right now. And he's not in the title talks, so missed opportunity. Who would you like to see John Dodson fight next? Now, next up, Ovince Preux, the hometown boy from Knoxville, Tennessee. They were in Knoxville, they were in Nashville. But this hometown Tennessee boy got the victory over Hoje Dilemma in the second round. After losing the first round, quite frankly, Hoje came in overweight. Weighed in at 210, I believe, so 30% of his purse. Had to give that up. Second fight in a row, unacceptable. There's just no excuse for it. Unprofessional. Now, Ovince, after losing the first round, Hoje was first to the punch. A lot of leg kicks, trying to take his legs out early. Landed some, but missed a lot. Ovince had the reach advantage, but really it disrupted his movement. He really couldn't get going in the first round. So the first round went to Hoje. The next round, Ovince was like, I'm going to be first. He was able to land some shots standing, and then when Hoje did throw a kick, he caught the kick, lifted up the ankle, moved forward, took him down, landed on top. And for the second time, Hoje try to get a guillotine. If you know Ovince, if you don't got the guillotine, let it go. And he wasn't even inside control. He was in half guard, pressed up against the fence, and still managed to get the Von Flue, or as he calls it, Von St. Preux. Tap, tap, victory over Hoje. This was very impressive just because of the position, quite frankly. So as he said on the mic, Dana White, my contract's coming up. You need to pay me. And you know what? Even without trying, I think his genuine person, he seems to be a genuinely nice person. It comes through without him even trying, because he's got some fanfare. People like him. So Dana White, pay the man. Who would you like to see him fight next? Now, co-main event, I took a risk on choosing Al Iaquinta, quite frankly, because he's been gone for 2 years. I thought he retired, but I guess he's back. So I took a risk just because I'm like, 2 years? What has he even been doing? He's been selling real estate against Diego Sanchez, who's dangerous for everyone because he's just straight up no give up. But Al Iaquinta, from the beginning of the ring, or the bell, was just sharper, had a slicker, more unique, more diverse boxing stand-up game. Hits harder than we realized, quicker than we realized, quick hand speed, and he was able to connect against Diego Sanchez within about 1 minute and 30 some odd seconds and knock him all the way out. Sleep, I believe it was a flash knockout, clipped him basically right here on the chin, turned his whole head to the side. He dropped to his knees, and I believe the collapsing of the ground is what woke him up, because he's seeing out of it. So nice victory after 2 years. He said, talked a little trash on the mic. Forget that he likes to embrace being the bad guy. He said the sooner that the UFC recognizes that I'm the man, the better it'll be for the both of us. And of course, he immediately got booed. He was like, whatever. So, Ally Quinta, back, baby. Who would you like to see him fight next? Now, main event, and Cub Swanson got the I believe it was a unanimous decision against Artem Lobov, although Artem was in it, but Cub Swanson's so unique on the feet, so diverse with his striking, can hit you from any angle, in any position. There was knees and elbows and things he landed. There was a spinning elbow he landed from the clinch. First round went to Artem. He got started first. He had Cub going back on his heels a lot. I think it just took Cub some time to figure out where his offense was, to figure out that Artem holds his right arm low, especially after he uses it. So he was able to, there was that opening there that was open all night. He was throwing punch kick connections or combinations that were landing, all of it landing, and Artem has a great chin because he didn't get knocked out. He was taking full kicks flush to the face and didn't get knocked out. So the man has a chin, kept going forward, kept trying the whole time. The takedowns got easier for Cub. He even got a takedown himself, but he was outmatched. This was the veteran. You could see the veteran in Cub. You could see the creativity in Cub here, and he was just a little bit too unique. Also quicker than Artem, much quicker hand speed, much quicker body movement as well. So just a step above Artem, quite frankly, a step above. But nasty fight, broke Artem up, cut him on the eyelid, eye almost swollen shut. So Cub looked fairly well, and I don't mean to girl out for a minute. I only do this for Yair Rodriguez, but I couldn't turn my hormones off during the whole fight. Cub is a good-looking man. From head to toe, Jesus. All right, let me know how you did on your picks, any injury updates. It was a great event. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Snapchat, because as you see, I do things on those venues that I don't necessarily do on YouTube, like my predictions for this event. So I'm on Snapchat now. Subscribe, like, talk to me, take care, and goodbye.